So you guys have been writing into me a lot lately, asking me questions about crypto. And is it a good time to get involved? Is it still good to invest in? Is the ship sailed? And what is the best way to invest in crypto? If you've heard about the plan, a lot of you are also asking me, is this thing real? What can I expect if I was to look into it? So I thought I would shoot a quick video for you to answer all these questions. And I thought, what better place than here on a beautiful golf course in British Columbia, Canada, just to show you some of what it looks like today. It's an absolutely gorgeous day out here. So let me just go ahead and get started to let you know, is it a good idea? And this is actually a really unique investment to look at today. And what I want to do is just go back a little bit in time to give you some perspective so that you're better able to answer the question for yourself. One of the things that makes cryptocurrency investing such a great opportunity today is the fact that it's unregulated. And this is something that is actually a double-edged sword, because the things that make it really good about it being unregulated are the fact that you are not governed by a government or a company and told what you're allowed to invest in or to what levels and how to actually manage that investment, what you can do, when you can take your money out, that kind of thing. You can make all the decisions you want as far as your investment goes in crypto. The other side of the coin is that there is no regulation. There's nobody to go to if things go wrong. If you want to make a complaint, if you lose some money, and a lot of people do, it's all on you. So you really have to, pull up your big boy pants and do the research to make sure this is right for you. It's definitely not for everybody, at least at this stage. Sooner or later down the road, it's going to get to the point where it becomes mainstream, and there are going to be investments offered in the cryptocurrency industry, in the market, that are coming from traditional finance. Sorry about that. And with the traditional finance, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the regulated industry that exists today. And this is something, when I said I want to go back in time, this is what I mean. Back in the early 1900s is when 6 of the most powerful men at the time in the United States got together to form the beginning of what would become the National Banking Act for the United States of America. Today, it's morphed and changed into, has become what is loosely known as the Fed. And basically what they say, one of the many regulations that's in there, is that in order for people to invest in what are considered the top tier, most lucrative investments that exist today, you have to be what is called accredited. And this means basically one of two things. You either need to have a net worth of over $1 million, or you need to have some sort of specialized financial knowledge. And that is not something the vast majority of people have. So what it means is most of the population is left with what is left over at the end, which is mainstream investments that are typically heavily feed. You're going to have usually a lot of administration and management fees with these type of investments. They're often the kind that are not quite as lucrative. They don't have as good of a potential return. And they are also ones that are taxed quite heavily with the type of income that you earn off of them. So those are kind of some slates against it, but that's all we've got until now, really, until crypto. And the reason why is because, like I say, it's unregulated. So that means there is nobody who's actually saying, wait a second, you actually have enough money, or you're not quite smart enough to invest in this, like they say with all these other investments that we just simply don't have access to, that are at arm's length, because those regulations were put in place 100+ years ago, and they're still there today. And they say it's for our protection. Excuse me. I think what it really is it just keeps that divide strong between the super wealthy people in society and everybody else. What's left from these investments after the cream is taken off the top is what comes our way. So this is what's so exciting about the cryptocurrency industry, because we have the opportunity for the first time to actually go shoulder to shoulder and invest right beside the richest people in society in the same thing. And that is outstanding. That has not happened possibly ever in history, definitely not since 1910 when this act was put in place. So for that reason alone, it is worth a good hard look. The other reason that I would say that crypto is really, really worthwhile right now is because it is still considered a ground floor opportunity. And you don't often get that when you suddenly become aware of a particular investment and also have the timing to be so good. You've got an added bonus in the fact that it's crashed right now. The cryptocurrency market has been flailing and crashing hard for this entire year. And if you're somebody who's done much research on investing, you probably know what that really means is these assets are on sale and it's a great time to get involved. The people who are in it for the long run have just kept buying on the way down because they're lowering their overall cost of the asset. It's the flip side, right? Of when most people are so afraid of a crashing market. If you believe in the underlying currency or the underlying asset, it's an opportune time to get involved. And it's like you might remember hearing Warren Buffett's famous quote when he says that when markets are down, that's when people get rich. What you need to do is be fearful when people are greedy and be greedy when people are fearful. And right now people are scared out of their minds. And it's not just because of crypto. Almost every market in the world right now is down. And that makes us unsettled, doesn't it? Because we're just not sure what's going to happen next. The only thing you know for sure is that the assets that are strong and going to stick around are going to rebound. That's going to happen for sure. It's just a matter of when. Like a lot of people want to compare crypto investing with day traders because there is a type of investing that you can actually trade crypto and not just hold the underlying asset. And if you're doing that, when you're trying to do day trading, you are actually trying to predict the market and decide which way is it going to go. And that's actually impossible to do. There's not been anybody yet who has been able to reliably find a way that is going to accurately predict the market on an ongoing basis. So this is not a good strategy, is it? Because you're going to be wrong probably at least half of the time. And those are not good odds, especially when we're talking about your financial future. So there's got to be a better way. And there is actually. And one of the things that I want to point out is cryptocurrency right now, when you look at the top one, that's Bitcoin. And the second one is Ethereum. And these are considered digital gold and digital silver. They are the top ones, like the very top of the companies in the Fortune 500, the S&P. And actually, I'll just show you, I'll share my screen and I'll show you how Bitcoin compares to in market cap to the top companies worldwide. And hopefully you can see my screen right now. This is today, and there's a date right up there, October 14th. Right now, Apple is still the #1 company in the world at 2.2 trillion, which is just mind-boggling. I remember when they were the only one at over 1 trillion. And look, we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 companies now over $1 trillion in market cap valuation. That's crazy. And that's literally within this past year when all the markets are crashing. So, but if you look down here and see where all these companies are at, you've got Amazon at 1 trillion and Tesla coming in at 630. As you go down the list, right here between number 11 and 12 is where Bitcoin would sit. And I'll just show you, I'll just switch over to the other screen. This is CoinGecko that gives you the current price analysis of all the top cryptos. And right now, this one here is Bitcoin. You can see it's valued at 367,917,931,000. And that puts it right smack at number 12, just above Walmart, as a matter of fact. Walmart keeps switching places here with this Meta platforms, which is Facebook, I guess. That's new to me, but they must have changed the name. But I just wanted to point this out to you so that you can see just how strong it is. And where Bitcoin sits today at the 12th biggest market cap in the world is at the tail end of a big market crash. And I'm talking 70% market crash. So that gives you an idea of just how strong and how strong it is and how much money is actually behind it, what the actual value is of this thing. So hopefully that gives you some comfort in that. Having said what the situation is with Bitcoin, all coins are not created equal. And as we stand today, there's probably about 7,000 different cryptocurrencies out there, and they're not all going to make it. In fact, the vast majority won't. And most of the ones that are in existence today will either flail along for, indefinitely, or go outright out of business and just and cease to exist. Kind of like some companies do. When you look at the S&P 500, for example, and you take a look at how many companies make it and don't, especially after a crash. I wouldn't necessarily be as optimistic about making an investment in crypto with one of those outlying coins as I would with one of these top ones, top 3 to 5, even 10, even top 100. Some people are willing to go with. In these crazy times, I'm looking at the top 10 personally, but because I think that Bitcoin and Ethereum are very, very good, very strong positions to take up. And the thing about those two is with Bitcoin, there's no utility behind it. It's literally just an asset. It's literally just that coin. With Ethereum, the next one, it is actually got a real world utility. It is part of the blockchain. It's got its own network, and it actually has some real use in the world. So it's really good to consider that when you're looking at the value of the coins themselves. So those are really important things to factor in when you're considering, cryptocurrency as a whole, as an investment. And I know that this is top of mind right now because I'm getting so many emails from everybody, and people are looking and they're wondering, what should I do right now? Well, the market is down. And while so many markets are down, where do you put your money? What do you do? And if you are going to wade into the cryptocurrency market, what I suggest doing is just go in a little bit. You don't have to put your whole nest egg in there. In fact, most of the professionals out there, I'm not one of them, by the way. I'm not licensed to give investment or financial advice of any kind. You must do your own research and figure it out for yourself. So when you're considering, how much to actually put in, you should be looking at being conservative with that number, and perhaps going in with something like 10%. That's what most of the professionals would recommend, not investing more than 10% of your risk capital. And so we're talking about money that you can afford to lose, right? You're not betting your rent money. This is not, a crazy weekend in Vegas kind of thing that when you're trying to double down and make a windfall. This is a long-term play, which I think is a point that a lot of people lose. You don't realize that, it's not something we're intending for to, turn into a windfall overnight. All of the indications look like it's going to really grow and do well over time. But as it stands right now today, what is more important is the stability of it, and can it actually derive any income for you today? Can it add to your portfolio now? And there is a way that you can do that actually with an actual crypto investment, which leads me to kind of the second question I've been getting is, if I did decide to invest, what is the best way to do it? And what most people tend to do is just actually put a little bit of capital into a coin, like buy some Bitcoin, for example, which you can do. You can buy some Ethereum, you can buy some other ones too. There are actually a couple of other ways that you can get a foothold in the market. And that's, it's not a bad idea. You would be sitting with this asset in place and hoping and planning for it to go up one day, and then you get this big capital gain. But there is a better way that you can get that potential capital gain, but you can also earn income off of it in the meantime. And that's what the plan is all about. That if you've been, looking into it at all or hearing about it and wondering, is this thing for real? It is for real. It's not necessarily for everybody, but the way that it works is this. I can tell you what the little bits that I'm allowed to, because I had to sign an NDA, just like all the other plan members as well, not to disclose the secret sauce, if you will, that's in there that gives you the actual settings on how to set these investments up, these crypto bots, because that is what will enable you to generate the passive income off that crypto holding that you have. And it really does work. I can tell you that firsthand. I've done it. I've made money off of it. It goes straight into my account, just like they say it does. And it does work. And like I say, it's not something where you're going to make a windfall overnight. It's not meant to be that kind of an investment. The idea behind it is that the money that it earns for you as it's spinning off is money that you could spend today. right? And you wait for the underlying capital to increase in value down the road as it does go up. But in the meantime, maybe you're able to, buy that new car or go on a holiday or switch houses or retire early or whatever the case may be. It's meant to supplement your lifestyle now, which I think is what is so compelling about it and what has so many people intrigued, so that you can actually, have some benefit now. Because one of the jokes that the creator of the plan, you've probably heard his name, Dan Hollings, one of the jokes he makes all the time is he's talking to in crypto investors, and they go out for lunch and they can't afford to pay the tab because they have no money. It's all wrapped up in the coin, right? Whereas this is a much better way. So yeah, with the plan, what you need to know is that it is a vetted course. It's the world's #1 cryptocurrency trading course, and it's a $57 million record-breaking program, which is incredible. I mean, that's a huge number, and anybody in the educational industry will tell you, as far as selling courses goes, that's an astronomical amount of people who would have joined. So you can be confident in knowing that there are loads of people who've gone through this before you. Cryptocurrency market is the most volatile market on the planet. It's much more volatile than the stock market or the Forex or anything else you could think of, maybe besides an active volcano. But that makes it very unique, because there is the strategy that you can use when you employ these crypto bots is something that you cannot do when you're looking at investing in stocks or in currencies. It is only available on this kind of a market because it's just ballistic. It's just so insanely volatile. And the thing that's great about it is that the way that the strategy works, you can make money off those bots regardless of what direction the market's going. So right now, while it's crashed, there is a setting, there is a way to actually keep getting that money out of those bots, even while the market is flailing away at the bottom. And it's been going sideways for a couple of months now, like within the range of maybe $4,000, somewhere around there. In crypto and Bitcoin, when the market moves, it moves by about $1,000 every time, almost always. It's not like stocks or currencies, right, that might move by a couple of bucks or even under $1. It is much bigger moves. And so this is what makes it so unique and so interesting, because you can capitalize on all of those moves with this one investment bot that spins out and generates passive income while you're waiting for the underlying asset to go up, which is excellent. It's the best of both worlds. And everybody who invests in crypto and just puts some money in there and is holding it and waiting, and there's a term for that, it's called HODL, HODL, they're missing out on this whole other side, which is the passive income that comes off of the bot, just by putting it in a slightly different way, in a different type of investment. So how complicated is this, right? And is it something that, most people can do? And the answer to that is yes. And it's not very complicated at all. You do have to go through a training program, and that's what the plan is. And it's going to take somewhere between maybe 12 or 15 hours to go through all the training. And then you will actually have, within the first 2 to 3 hours, you'll have the information you need to get started and get going and start doing what we call demo bots. And that kind of is your training wheels. It helps. It's a period of time where you're not investing real money, you're investing, pretend money, play money, but you're doing the same thing that you would be if you had the real capital in the market. And it gives you the foundation for moving forward and learning and knowing how to actually do this thing. So you would start out by doing that. And within these number of hours, you're up and running and seeing how things are reacting and how you're able to manipulate the market, the software, all of it. And it is something that you can do. And I can say that with confidence, because I'm somebody who has put together a program, a supplementary program to the plan. It's called the Fast Track Bonus System. And it's in place specifically to help beginners get over the hump, to help you get set up, get your accounts up and running, to get, fiat capital into the market, so that you can actually start, and also help you get through the training. I've already got several hundred members who've gone through the bonus system, and I can actually just share the screen again and show you. This is the bonus system, we've got 12 of them, 12 really important, perfectly timed bonuses, which are exactly what you need. And how do I know they're what you need? Because I've been through it too. And I knew the extra help I was needing at what point in the training. And that's why I put this together, so that I could give that to you when you need it. And the biggest thing I want to say to you is just, be careful who you join with, because there's a lot of big groups, people who have multiple businesses, for example, who are maybe not even full-time in the crypto market selling the program. And if you join up with them, you're not going to get any of this extra hand holding after the fact, because they don't have time. They've got other businesses that they're running, and this is just a supplement, a quick dip in and dip out, introduce their market to another potential product. Nothing wrong with that. But you have options. And if you want to set yourself up for the best possible success, joining with me will do that for you, because I can guarantee you that I will be with you the whole time, getting you to where you need to go as far as the training goes. So the first thing you get is lifetime access to the online community, which is hundreds of people strong. It's a thriving community. There's direct support from myself and from the community as well. And there's members in the community from all over the world. So you don't have to worry where you are and what time it is. There's going to be probably somebody awake. There's a whole raft of personal tracking templates that I've created. There's an expat guide to taking the crypto investing offshore. I'm an expat myself. And if you're not living in the country that you were born in, it might be of great interest to you to have a listen to that. I can get you a discount on the best tax tracking software that exists. We do weekly live Q&A calls so that you can get your questions answered. And we match that up with what's going on in the training to keep you on track right now. Because when you join the plan, they literally just open the whole course to you, and you can just go through it at your own pace, which is great. But it's also scary because so many people never complete it because you're on your own. And it's tougher that way. So when we have these live calls in sequence with the actual program itself, it really helps you to stay on track and keep focused and get it done and get through it. I had a trade that made me $6,000 in 6 days. So I'm going to unpack that for you and show you exactly what it was and what all the settings were. You can watch a bot be constructed from start to finish, which, believe me, is super helpful because you'll need that. There's a trade plan template, which is vitally important. And this is a document you'll go through, or I recommend you go through, where you set up your parameters for your own self and what your risk tolerance is, and what kind of decisions you want to make depending on what happens in the market or to this investment at this time. What am I going to do? So you're making decisions in advance before it hits the fan and you're all emotional and you're trying to decide, oh my God, what do I do now? You've already made that decision because of this plan. So it's a really, really important document. There's also, you get access to my seasoned account that shows you all the trades that I have going on right now. So you can see the coin pairings and how well they've been doing and that kind of thing, which is really invaluable. There is a Cliff Notes version of the course as well, so that you can quickly go through and maybe find information that you skipped over or that you just need a refresher on. And it's just much quicker to go here than through the whole program again online. And there's also a raft of on-demand videos that you can go to at any time, so that you're able to do things quickly. And like if it's the middle of the night and you're just trying to get that bot put together, but you can't remember how to convert one cryptocurrency to another one, there's a video in there that shows you how to do it, so you don't get stuck and you don't get taken off track. So that's another great thing. And I'll actually just show you too, as far as the actual plan itself goes. Here's the members area. And this is what you get when you sign up. Phase 1 is the phase that you're looking at today. Phase 2, 3, and 4 are different ones. Phase 2 and 3 are add-ons that you can actually buy later. But phase 4 is actually one that was given to us for free. Dan just basically did an advanced version of the plan of phase 1, and he gave it to all the members for free, which is awesome. But in phase 1, you've got all of the modules right here at your fingertips. That's why it's so important, like I say, to stay on track with somebody like me, so that I can get you from here to there to done, and not have this be one of those many programs that you never finished, right? So, they've got a great section in the beginning on how to get started, what you actually need to do, what the setup is all about. My computer's a little bit slow here, my internet connection, so it's not going that fast. But there's a plan companion guide, which is a very extensive. It goes, I think it's about 40 pages long, takes you through so many different things as far as getting yourself started, opening accounts, opening exchange accounts, onboarding fiat currency, that kind of thing. So everything you need is here. And the things that are extra that maybe aren't there is what you're going to get from me in the extra bonuses. So I just want to reiterate to you that if you are thinking of going ahead and joining the plan, click the link that's below this video, because joining through me will mean that you get free access to all 12 of my extra bonuses. And that's in addition to the things that Dan is already offering as well. So this is really, really valuable and powerful. And it'll make a huge difference. I've had lots of people after the fact contact me and say, Heather, I joined through somebody else, but I've heard about your community. I've heard about your bonuses, and I really need help because I just feel like I'm out here on my own. Can you help me out? And I mean, there are time to time when I have let somebody else come in where they have to pay to access the whole system. And believe me, that's not something you want to do. But I feel so bad for them because I know what it's like to be on your own and to not have that extra support and that extra help that we need. So that's why I've allowed on a few occasions that to happen. But you can have the choice to get it for free just by simply clicking my link instead of somebody else's. So why wouldn't you do that? And by the way, I can say that there's a brand new service that the Dan and the plan are offering up to people, and that is something that's called the Mentor Me for extra coaching, basically is what it boils down to. If you feel like you're stuck and you feel like you need extra help, you can pay them on top of the tuition fee for the plan, which is just shy of $3,500. It's $34.97. So you pay that, and then you can pay them another either $3,000 or $6,000, I believe it is, for a series of half-an-hour sessions to help you with what you need. And I just want to say you don't need to pay that kind of money because people are getting that for free from me and my community 24/7. And believe me, between myself and the folks that are in, and I have two communities actually. One is for the beginners, and then once you get to a certain level, you can move over to the advanced side, to the alumni. And we are the merry band of crypto traders, by the way. That's who we are and who you would be coming in to join. And we're a thriving, helpful bunch of people who would love to welcome you in. So I just want to extend that invitation to you and encourage you to go ahead and click on my link if you decide to. I also want to ask you, are there any questions that you have that I haven't answered here? And if so, pop them in the question chat below and I'll answer them for you. No problem. If you would like to have a phone call, I can do that too. I just want to try and help as many people as I can to get over the uncertainty of, is now the right time or not? And just in closing, I'd like to mention why I think now is in the market is so powerful, because earlier I commented how we're in the bottom of a crash. Well, it's the presumed bottom, right? And the crypto market has been crashed for this entire year of 2020. It happened, it's in early December of last year. And there are a lot of folks who think we're pretty much at the bottom and it's most likely going to turn up. There's some too who think we still have more to go down. We don't know. We really don't know. The good thing is with plan members, people in doing this bot trading with these specific settings that Dan has taught us, we can make money no matter which way it goes. So that's what's wonderful. And for anybody who is getting in now, as opposed to last fall, this time last year, when it was on a roaring ride up, it was on a huge bull market. You're getting in at such a good time as far as the value of the underlying asset goes. It's just incredible, because this time last year it was somewhere around probably 50 or 60,000. It maxed out, and that's for one Bitcoin, by the way. It maxed out just shy of 70,000, and that was in early December, possibly late November. And that's when the market crashed, and it's just been tanking ever since. So we're now flailing around 20 grand basically for one Bitcoin. So you can see that huge gap. If you get in and it does go down a little bit more, I personally don't think it's that big of a deal. It doesn't feel great when that happens, but if you're still making income off of it at the same time, who cares? It's like if you own a house, a rental property, and you're getting rent every month from it, and the value of the property goes down. If you paid 100 grand for it, and then you're renting it out for $1,000 a month, and you later find out it's only worth 80, Does it matter if you're still getting your $1,000 a month? No, like it's good, right? You just think, well, that's fine. I'll just wait. If I even want to sell it later, I'll think about it later. So it's a similar thing with these crypto bots. That's why getting in now is a really good idea, in my opinion. And by the way, again, I'll just remind you, I'm not an investment advisor, a tax advisor, a lawyer, anything like that. This is just my opinion and examples of what I've done myself personally and my experience with the plan. So everybody still has to do their own research and make their own decisions. So I encourage you to do that as well. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up and just ask you again, if you have any questions, post them in the chat below and let me know. And I would be thrilled to welcome you into my merry band of crypto traders if you decided the plan is the right thing for you to do. So good luck, everybody. And I will look forward to speaking with you again soon. Bye-bye.
If I was going to tell anyone to get into crypto in this crazy market, in this crazy world, it's the plan or it's nothing, right?
Working with Heather, she is extremely knowledgeable and helpful, and her bonuses when you sign up are amazing.
About Heather, it's incredible. You know, Heather's bonuses are a must when you're going to take up on Dan Hollings' The Plan.
Those two components, the plan and Heather Farrell with her marvelous boni that she provides, made me gain my first relevant profit within the crypto space.
Heather, thank you so much. All your support, Q&As and all the other goodies that you are handing out to people couldn't be any better. Heather, keep going, and thanks tremendously for your help and support.
I was originally signed up under somebody else, and I made the switch to work with Heather, and I definitely do not regret it.
And signing up under Heather, she offers a number of bonuses, Facebook group, which I think is essential.
What I also appreciate about Heather is how genuine she is, and she continues to provide value.
Her Facebook group is probably one of the biggest assets.
Deep appreciation to Heather. It's all because of her that I'm actually able to be in the plan right now. Fantastic. She was so dedicated. I can't believe it. I'm so grateful because, yeah, it's only a month that I'm in and it's beyond my expectation.
It is absolutely helpful to have a real sympathetic person on your side who is there for you for any questions about the content of the course, the plan, and provides an exclusive Facebook group you can attend where nice people share their experience as well.
Heather's bonuses really gives you an extra edge, you know, and it also gives you that extra confidence.
This opportunity is too good not to share, so I encourage you all to go for it.
The best bonus, in my opinion, is the Facebook group. You're going to want to talk to people going along that same journey, and that's really what this group is for. And there's a number of other bonuses too, which you definitely should check out, but it's that group, and you're going to go on a journey, and you're going to be learning a lot of information with each other. It's going to be great. So no regrets. No regrets. Get in.
I highly recommend getting the plan and getting into Heather Farrell's trading community. So cheers to all fellow traders. Bye.